Most of us aren't struggling because our lives are empty. We're struggling because they're completely full of notifications, responsibilities, plans, other people's opinions, things we should have done yesterday, and things we're already worrying about tomorrow. We're always trying to improve something, earn more, do more, become more. But sometimes a better life doesn't come from adding something new. Sometimes it comes from removing the noise and returning to a few simple ideas we already know, but keep forgetting. So here are 8 quiet rules that can help you feel calmer, live more intentionally, and stop making life harder than it needs to be. Rule 1, take care of the person carrying your life. Your body carries you through every part of your life. It carries you to work. It allows you to spend time with your family. It gets you through stressful days, sleepless nights, and difficult seasons. And yet it's often the first thing we neglect. We miss sleep to finish more work. We sit for hours without moving. We survive on stress and convenience, then wonder why everything feels so difficult. Looking after yourself isn't selfish, and it doesn't require a complete lifestyle transformation. It could mean going to bed 30 minutes earlier, drinking more water, taking a walk, stepping away from your screen for a few minutes. Choose one thing your body has been asking you for, and listen, because every goal becomes harder when the person pursuing it is exhausted. Rule 2, decide what enough looks like. If you never define what enough means, success will keep moving further away. You reach one goal and immediately create another. You earn more, but your expectations grow with your income. You finally get what you wanted, but you're already looking at what someone else has. There's nothing wrong with ambition. Wanting to improve your life is healthy. The problem begins when you can no longer enjoy anything because you're constantly reaching for the next thing. So ask yourself a simple question. What would enough look like during this season of my life? You don't have to stop growing. You simply need to stop postponing your peace until some imaginary future where everything is finally perfect. Rule 3, try to be useful, not impressive. A lot of our decisions are quietly shaped by one question. How will this make me look? But there's a much better question. Who could this help? Being impressive may attract attention, but being useful creates meaning. And usefulness doesn't require a huge audience or an important position. It might mean listening properly when someone needs to talk, sharing something you've learned, helping a colleague without expecting credit, calling someone who has been having a difficult week. These actions may seem small, but they remind you that your life has value beyond your own worries. You don't need to change the entire world. Sometimes improving one person's day is enough to improve yours as well. Rule 4, trust small, boring actions. We love dramatic beginnings, the new diet, the perfect morning routine, the ambitious plan that will apparently transform everything by next month. But motivation enjoys beginnings. Real change prefers repetition. It's usually the small, slightly boring action that changes your life. Reading 5 pages, walking for 10 minutes, saving a small amount of money, writing one paragraph, having one honest conversation. None of these will transform you overnight, but repeated for long enough, they begin to change what feels normal. You no longer have to force yourself quite as much. The action becomes part of who you are. So when a goal feels overwhelming, don't ask, how can I complete all of this? Ask, what is the smallest version I could do today? Then do that again tomorrow. Rule 5, stop treating everything like an emergency. Rushing creates a strange kind of life. You can complete an entire day without actually experiencing any of it. You rush through breakfast while thinking about work. You rush through work while thinking about what needs doing at home. You finally get home, but your mind is already preparing for tomorrow. You're physically present, but mentally somewhere else. Slowing down doesn't mean becoming unproductive. It means giving your attention to the moment you're already in. Try choosing one part of your day that you refuse to rush. Drink your coffee without checking your phone. Eat one meal without a screen. Take a walk without turning it into another productivity challenge. Life isn't only happening during the important moments. Most of it is happening in the ordinary spaces you keep trying to hurry through. Rule 6. Stop living by other people's clocks. Someone your age has already built a successful business. Someone younger than you has bought a house. Someone you know appears happier, healthier, and further ahead. But you're comparing your full life with all its setbacks, responsibilities, and private struggles to the small part of someone else's life they chose to show you. You don't know their circumstances, support, sacrifices, or problems, and they don't know yours. Comparison can occasionally teach you something, but if it causes you to abandon your own values and chase a life you don't even want, it isn't useful. Instead of asking, "Am I ahead of them?" ask, "Am I moving in a direction that matters to me?" Your life doesn't have to happen on somebody else's schedule. Respect your own pace. Rule 7. Pay attention to what triggers you. Difficult people can teach us things about ourselves, but this idea needs to be handled carefully. Someone treating you badly isn't automatically your fault. You are allowed to protect yourself, set boundaries, and walk away from unhealthy behavior. But your reactions can still contain useful information. If a small comment stays with you for 3 days, ask yourself why it affected you so deeply. Did it touch an insecurity? Did it make you feel ignored, rejected, or unimportant? Are you reacting only to what happened today or to something much older? This doesn't excuse the other person's behavior. It simply means you're using the experience to understand yourself instead of allowing it to control you. Sometimes the strongest response isn't winning the argument. It's recognizing what happened inside you and deciding how you want to respond. Rule 8. Remember that your time is limited. This may sound slightly uncomfortable, but remembering that life is limited doesn't have to be depressing. It can actually be freeing. It helps you see which worries deserve your attention and which ones don't. Will this embarrassment still matter in 5 years? Is this grudge worth carrying? How long are you going to postpone that conversation, project, or change you need to make? When you remember that your time isn't endless, other people's opinions begin to lose some of their power. You stop waiting for the perfect moment and start noticing the life that is already here. You say what needs to be said. You spend more time with the people you love. You become more careful about what receives your energy, not because you're afraid of life ending, but because you've finally understood its value. A calmer life rarely arrives through one enormous breakthrough. More often, it begins with a small decision about what deserves your attention and what no longer does. Which of these 8 rules do you need most at this point in your life? Let me know in the comments. And if this video helped you, subscribe for more practical ideas to help you live and work with greater purpose.